have all the names for all the brain regions that are being loaded onto the canvas. Okay, so we're updating the JSON data. Wherever in the code we load all the brain region models onto the canvas, we would also like to load their exact names. Yeah, I don't think we need the new file. We have the main script.js and we have the Semiology JavaScript. We could just use those. We don't need a third one. Okay, now messing things up. So we have 6 files already. Okay, now we have supposedly a 7th one. Seizure Semiology combined. Okay, we're using Object Loader 3.js. Control panel, yes. Yep, we have an info box. So we have a combined JavaScript. Suspiciously, it's only 180 lines of code, which doesn't seem correct. Yeah, we have that same error all the time, but it actually works fine, even though the linter is indicating a problem. Okay, we don't have any. Yeah, we essentially need the names. Okay, let's see. We don't have much happening in the backend, which is good. Okay, so this HTML seems to work without errors, but we're still having issues with the names. So we need to somehow translate the names from the Semiology examples JSON file into the corresponding names of the models for the different brain region. It's updating the code already, even though I didn't ask for it. Create a mapping object. Maps the names. Yeah, we need to remap the names. It doesn't seem that the mapping have worked. We're still having the same issue. We might try a totally different approach. Can we fetch a list of the names for each brain region, a model, object, from the backend first? So we have the exact names. How does that sound? Or if we are already doing it, then just use the exact names from the backend, which I think are just the names of the file of each project, of each object. Okay, we're still having the same problem. How about updating the Semiology examples JSON file with the relevant regions? Can we having a color issue? That's a different issue. Okay, now we seem to have a new problem with the selecting of the color or choosing a color or setting a color. Where do we have the color setting? Region material color. Yeah, and what's the problem with that? How much stuff is currently loaded? Yeah, 310 megabytes loaded, which I don't think is all the files, or maybe they are, not sure. And region material. Added another condition there to the if statement. Okay, there are no colors. There are no colors. Hey, can we do code review? And that check is not being performed elsewhere. Okay, can we apply that? You might want to enter window resize event. We can do that later. Consider adding caching for the loaded OBJ. Okay. Sounds good. But that won't solve our problem, is it? Reduce. Yeah, we do want to reduce CPU, GPU usage. The controls update method should only be called if there is a user interaction. Yes, I thought it's doing it already. We need to check that the region is correct. I mean, that they actually exist. The name of the object model for the region actually exists. I think it does, and if it does, then the selected regions meant to be highlighted. It doesn't work at the moment. I'm still getting a regions not found error. I thought we are getting the region names from the backend. So why is that still a problem? Should we generate a file with all the region names as standalone file? Just as standalone file, just so we avoid any naming issues. The names obviously should be taken from the actual file names for the available objects of the brain. Let's do something else. In the model folder, how do we generate all the file names using a tree function? Okay, so we have these files, this model, a brain model object files. Can we regenerate the semiology example a JSON file script to match these names? And that's really annoying. Model files, LH, left hemisphere, PL, this drugs, G amygdala, this drugs, G. Okay, are you kidding me? It's not there. Let's see. Why are you using it? Yeah, the G amygdala. Can you only use the names from the file list below? Should only use file names from the list below, and here is the list. Here is the list. Here is the list. Where is it? Model files. Yeah, this one. Thought that would be obvious, but no. Have to explicitly have to explicit. What? You didn't finish. Okay, can we try again and open it in a separate canvas editor as a new file? Should open a canvas. Okay, this is more like it. Still, what? Where is it coming from? It's still using the G amygdala. Didn't I just say update just fine be created direct from the yeah? Okay, this one is not from the list. Are you kidding me? So the basic task, if it can't do that, try again. There are still names of regions that are not in the brain model object list. Can you try again, only using names from the following list? I don't know why it's failing to update. Well, I mean, it is in beta. Well, as the whole AI business model, pretty much. Yeah, it failed to update the canvas. Should I just close the canvas? Did update it as a separate code, which is fine. So I have those semiologies that G amygdala should go. Okay, this is, well, looks better. Still have to test. Okay, we highlighted something. There's no where's the highlight? Where is the highlight? Is this an error? No. That's not an error. It should be highlighting two regions. Okay, we should have, the code didn't return any errors. We should have highlighted two regions, but I don't see any regions in different color. Can you explain why? Can you explain in text only first before we actually modifying the code? Okay, how do we set the color at the moment? There's a bunch of color JavaScript. There's a color JavaScript. Are we currently using it or not? Can I check what the region object contents are as well? Materials that do not spot color changes are replaced with mesh spacing material. So does it mean we adding another mesh to the mix? Why can't we? Surely a simpler way of doing it.